Hello, my name is Dean Sayre. I'm a civil engineer with the Public Works Department. I'm here today to talk to you about the 2019-2020 Seal Coat program, and it will be 3 blocks on Franklin Avenue and then a block of East 8th Street. And at this time we're planning to have this go to bid early August, and then awarding that contract also in August, and plan to potentially start construction here in the fall, or it could potentially be here in the spring. Kind of depends once we get the contractor on board. So the first project we're going to talk about is the 3 blocks of Franklin Avenue. This project will go from Lincoln Way north to Oakland Street, and for this project we're going to bid all 3 blocks, and depending on how the bids come in, we may only do 2 blocks, but we're hoping to do all 3. Franklin Avenue will be a full reconstruction. We're going to go in and remove all existing curb and gutter, do some utility improvements, put in new curb and gutter, put a new rock base in, and then come back in with an HMA surface for the new roadway. We'll also be doing ADA sidewalk ramp improvements at the intersections, and then driveway approaches for each driveway. So right now, Franklin Avenue is a seal coat road that has been built up in the past to where the crown is probably too steep, or steeper than we'd like to see. So that's probably going to be a main correction. When we put in the new roadway, it's just going to have a 2% surface compared to the existing one where there's an overbuilt crown. For Franklin Avenue, we're going to start here. This existing pavement up to Lincoln Way has already been done and replaced in a past project. We'll start here then where the new pavement goes, and there'll be a transition section. So this will be the first block of Franklin that we'll be doing. And as you can see here, the curb and gutter will be fully replaced. And then we also have driveway approaches to several of the houses that we're going to come in and replace. And those are probably some of the bigger impacts to the residents, because you won't have access to your driveway for potentially 2-3 weeks. Kind of depends on how the contractor goes about it, but that'll be probably the biggest impact for everybody. In this block, we're going to also be replacing one sanitary sewer right here. And sometimes during construction you might see a giant hole in the middle of the road. That's when they'll be working on that manhole. For the second block of Franklin, we'll also have a second manhole here, and we'll be replacing and moving some of the stormwater intakes. This one will be shifting just a few feet to the right, and then we'll be removing and installing 2 new intakes here along with a new line in between the 2. This intersection will also be one of the ones receiving new ADA sidewalks. The curbs look like they may be coming back a little bit, but they should be pretty close to the existing one, the curb locations. And then here in the second block now, there will also be another manhole that'll be replaced here. Beginning on the third block, there'll be a manhole in the intersection that will be replaced, along with ADA sidewalk ramps that are going to go in. Then we move on to the third block, which is the one that we're hoping that we can get in with the bids, but we'll have to see once the contract is awarded and we're in the contracts come back. But in that third block, we also have a manhole that's being replaced. Then we go down to the north end of the project, where we'll have 2 intakes being replaced along with some of the stormwater pipe that'll be replaced too. And then we'll also have ADA sidewalks on those corners and on one side on the north side of Oakland. For during construction, we plan to have this project go into 2 phases, so we're not closing all 3 blocks at once. The first phase will start on the Lincoln Way side, and we'll go up and end halfway between West Street and Woodland. So you'll probably end up having to potentially park on some of these side streets during construction, but we'll try to keep things moving as quickly as we can. So it depends on how our bids end up coming on. The second phase of the project will go from the center of West and Woodland Street and go north to Oakland Street. So now that was it for Franklin Avenue, and we'll move on to East 8th Street. East 8th Street is in between Duff Avenue and Carroll Avenue, about 1 block, and this is not a typical roadway that we would do. So East 8th Street will be a full reconstruction. We'll planning to come in and put in a rock base, and then we'll come in on top of that with an 8-inch concrete roadway, and we're planning to have that be 16 feet wide. Instead of our typical curb and gutter section, we're going to have a V-shaped profile. This V-shape will allow the water to run down the center of the road, while it will be collected by an intake located at the east end by Carroll Avenue. So here is the street layout, and for utilities, there will be a manhole right here that will be replaced. We will be coming in on the east side and the west side and updating the pedestrian ramps to ADAs. This project will start here at Duff, and it'll go the entire length of the project, so the roadway will be closed down and you guys will have restricted access. So for the East 8th Street 2, we are not planning to put in your traditional sidewalk. We're considering a couple different options right now, and one of them is marking a designated walking route in the alleyway. So that would be part of the 16-foot roadway that we'll be putting in, but it will still be used for traffic, and will give the kind of a place for people to walk if they choose to walk through the alleyway. So that was the East 8th Street seal coat. Just keep in mind for all these projects, or for both these projects, these are not final plans. There could be some more changes that come into place, and if we do make any major changes or anything like that, we will try to update everybody as quickly as we can. That way you can kind of give us your thoughts and concerns on that. So again, my name is Dean Sayre with Public Works, and this is for the 2019-2020 seal coat program. And if you have any questions or concerns, please contact me at 515-239-5277, or email works2 at dean.sayre@cityofames.org.